rotations for the women at the 1989 U.S. Gymnastics Challenge, and after one rotation, our leader is Wendy Bruce by a .65 margin over Robin Richter. On the men's side, they've rotated twice, and right now it is Mike Williams who's on top of Scott Burr by a 1.55 margin. The men have now moved to their third apparatus, and that is the still rings. And you are looking at Scott Burr.
This is one of Scott's best events. In fact, this year in Brussels, he won the rings in the 4th International Belgium Gymnastics competition. He was 5th in the all-around there, but this is really where he made a name for himself on the international level. On the rings. Watch his strength. Kip to a straddle planche. To a leg together planche. Much more difficult. Back roll around to cross. Really nice, slow moving strength combination. Now he's certainly fulfilled the requirement of strength in this exercise. Now the judges need to see him swing. All right, a double back within the rings. It's called a gutzigi, invented by a Hungarian gymnast. And a full twisting double dismount. Good exercise.
The gutzigi certainly is very difficult. Did he show enough swinging elements?
It seemed to me like he could have used another giant swing, either forward or backward, because he had good strength, but it was a little bit of a lopsided routine. This is a great skill, but he needs more than just that. He did 2 giants out of it, or dislocate and a giant right through to the handstand. He could have shown the judges some forward swinging elements, perhaps a front swinging giant, but he finished with a nice dismount, a full twisting double in the tuck position.
9.65.
And the score for Scott Burr, 9.65. Certainly what he did very well. And now Mike Williams, who has a 1.55 lead, is getting ready to go up on the rings. Let's talk about what they wear on their hands when they're on the still rings.
They're using a leather strap that's wrapped around the wrist. You can see that red strap is a piece of Velcro. The strap is longer than your fingers, and it loops back around, and there's a dowel rod extended down there at the end of your fingers. You can see that dowel rod right under his fingernails. And you use that kind of like a hook. It's a little bit like a meat hook. You can really improve your grip by using the dowel rod as a hook around the rings. And it's improved the event a great deal, because when you know you have that kind of confidence in the grip, you can do some major swinging elements and not have to worry that you're going to fly off. He's having some trouble here.
You can see the rings moving.
Plus, the whole opening sequence was a little sloppy. He wasn't precise on the movements. There's a front giant. He's a little tight in the shoulders. He didn't hold that handstand. This is going to be a rough score, because he did tried to do a lot of skills, but didn't complete very many of them. He might open the door for Scott Burr to get back in the competition here, because that's going to have to be a low score, I'm afraid, although he was attempting some good moves. He had some rough times here. He opens with a pull to inverted hang. This is a kip to an L. Now he's going to press to a handstand here. Goes down for an inverted cross, loses control, bails out and goes to a whippet. He was supposed to go to a planche there. I mean, there were about 3 tricks in a row that he really had some trouble on. This is the front giant. He tries to hit the top on the handstand, but doesn't quite hold it, and bails right out and goes for the dismount.
He has a 1.55 lead over Scott Burr, but this is going to narrow it certainly. 8.65. Now remember, Scott Burr received a 9.65, and that just about negates 1 complete point, so the difference between them has now been reduced from 1.55 to just 0.55. Just over a half a point separates these two. The second event for the women is now the uneven parallel bars, and we're looking at Wendy Bruce. She is our leader in this rotation over Robin Richter by a 0.65 margin.
She says this is her favorite event. Straddle over to the high bar. Here we go. Oh, what a really high reverse hack. Good technique. Very powerful giant. Back turn to a Jaeger. She traverses to the lower bar. Free hip pirouette. She has to show skills on both bars and change of direction, as she has done. Boy, she really cranks these giants. Look at the power. Easy tuck double dismount.
Great performance by Wendy Bruce. Remember, she had that tremendous vault in her first rotation, receiving a 9.85. She's given us another solid performance on the unevens.
This is great stuff right here. Look at the height and the rotation as she easily makes that reverse hect.
It's too bad the judges can't see this slow motion replay. It really shows how well she performs these
And
moves.
watch, she cranks this giant over with tremendous power. Pops up an easy tuck double. No problem.
She is on tonight. Trains in Altamont Springs, Florida. You're looking at Kevin Brown. He's got to be happy with what she's doing tonight.
Well, also, his other star is Brandy Johnson, so he's got a good little program down there at Brown's Gymnastics Academy.
You know, we talked about the 1989 Belgium Gym Masters. She finished second in the all-around, won every event but balance beam, and on balance beam, she got a second place finish. 9.625, the score for Wendy Bruce.
Next up from Nebraska School of Gymnastics, Nebraska.
And this is Robin Richter. In the vault, she received a 9.20. This is now her second event.
I have seen her do some incredible bar routines. Let's see if she can pull one off today. Free hip half turn to a giant. There's the reverse heck. Nicely done. Battle back to the low bar to a handstand. It's a good combination. That's right back to the top. Good giant. Two giants. Full turn over the top. Right to a tuck to... Oh!
What a beautiful routine.
I know that feeling when it's going just right and you have trouble on the dismount. Boy, that was beautiful to that point, too. This is the reverse hecht. It's straddled backward over the bar. No problem. Just where she wanted to be. Now watch this straddle back. She used that to traverse to the low bar and set up the rest of her routine. Here's the giant to the full turn over the top, right to the tuck double. She thinks she's a little lower. I think she pulls it around farther than she needs to. She was really high. Once again, you can see here the giant, full turn, good combination, right to the tuck double.
Tough break for Robin Richter. And the score she receives for that uneven parallel bar performance, which was flawless till the finish, 9.225 is her score. She still trails Wendy Bruce.